Oh my God, it's so bright. Okay. I just have to deal with it. What's up, y'all? It's your girl. You know it's your girl, Brittany Janae.
You ain't gon' forget about me. You ain't gon' forget. You ain't gon' forget. You ain't gon' forget. Saw you the other day. Baby, I was so surprised.
And I'm here to talk to my people because I've not had an actual, I don't know. Y'all know I used to do all those mental health check-ins, and I used to do all of those, real, transparent posts. And I haven't done anything like that in a while. And I have felt myself like getting further and further away from what I feel like I represent. I recently was working at a job that really took me out of my element because I am a natural giver. I'm a natural person to want to kind of fit in, and I naturally want to do that. It's not that I really want to fit in. It's just like a thing where it's like, I mean, okay, yeah, I'll be a friend. That's fine, you know. But I feel like I was being not myself. You know, I feel like I was being somebody else because I wanted to be. That was my whole kind of goal of that, was to just be, to portray something different. Because I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere being myself. But I mean, honestly, being yourself and not getting anywhere is better than not getting anywhere and being somebody else. Okay? So I said, you know what? Well, I didn't say jack, but now that I'm not working there anymore, I am going to start getting back to myself, start doing these posts more, start, just being more active and being myself. Like today, I don't have on any makeup. I didn't swoop my edges, my wrap, it's okay. I mean, but I'm still cute. I don't care. I really don't, because I'm me, and that's just a part of being who I am. So let's start with something. Well, let's just talk about being strong, right? Something that's very hard to do, something that in these times are very important, though. You have to stay strong for your family, for your friends, for yourself. And it's hard to stay strong sometimes when you feel like things are constantly being thrown your way, when you feel like you're not in a good environment, when you feel like your efforts are being unseen and unmatched. It's hard to stay strong for a lot of different reasons. And I think it's important for us to really focus on being grounded, because that is where all of our strength comes from. It comes from within. And when you're grounded, you're grateful. When you're grounded, you're open-minded, you're more understanding, you're just, when you're not grounded, let's just say this, when you're not grounded, you're all over the place, your thoughts are everywhere, you're playing the victim game, you're just not peaceful, you're not calm, you don't have that calmness within you. And I think that's really something important, because the world is chaotic. The world is chaotic. The people that you're going to meet, they're going to be chaotic. The people that, you already know probably are chaotic. Some of your family members are probably chaotic. The world in general, being a black person, a black woman, a black man, doesn't matter if you're black. It's even more chaotic. You know what I'm saying? And if you're struggling financially, it's a lot of things that go on in this world that can really just cause us to not be grounded. And it's a natural thing. It's not like not being grounded is the worst thing in the world, because it's not, because it's real. It's very real. It's very natural. The thing that we have to learn to do is to be grounded, you know, because being grounded is also natural, but it's not societal. You know, it's not something natural in society. It's not something that people do. People don't talk about it as much as they should. They don't talk about meditation. They don't talk about counseling. They don't talk about any of that. That's why I'm here. Hey. But in order to stay grounded, you really have to know yourself. And that's hard too. And I'm not saying you have to know everything, but you do have to know what about yourself right now makes you feel not grounded. So, like, for instance, at my job, I didn't feel grounded. I felt all over the place because I felt like the environment I was in with the people I was working with was not a good one. It wasn't one that was conducive to what I wanted for myself, which is, you know, peace and clarity, calmness, communication, you know, no drama, you know, I wanted friendship, companionship, you know, love, you know, not to say I wanted all this from my workplace, but love and companionship and, you know, just an overall peaceful and calm environment, you know, with good people. And not to say they weren't good people, they just weren't the people for me. You know, I think there's a lot of different types of people in this world, and if they don't match who you are, girl, guy, keep it pushing, and you dip on this. You know what I'm saying? That's real, because it's like, don't waste your time. You know, don't waste more time than you need to doing something that you don't want to do. You know, so with that being said, I had to take a step back, you know, even though it was an involuntary stepping of the back, you know, I still did it because you just want to be happy. Like, happiness is over everything. Happiness is over everything. Now, of course, you want money. Yeah, of course, you want money. You know, of course, you want, you know, love. Of course, everybody want love. But you gotta love you. You gotta love yourself. And I think when you don't love yourself, or when you're getting further away from yourself, you're not loving yourself either. And you have to bring that back. You have to bring it all back, you know? Like, I felt like for the past few months I've been working at my job, I've not really been motivated to do anything. And I think that's a key, you know, that's a point. The sun is beaming. But that's a point in my life where I felt like, yeah, no. Why am I not motivated to get out of bed? Why am I not motivated to sing? I literally forgot I could sing. I don't even want to cry. That's so heartbreaking though for me, because I love to sing. And I had a period of working there and like not listening to music, like not listening to my music, like not singing, like, I mean, it was weird. It was weird. It was like I was becoming depressed, you know, because of my situation. And it's like, it's not worth it. Nothing like that is worth it ever. So, you know, when I did that, the Summer Walker and Ari Lennox song, that's when I remembered I could sing. I was like, oh, wow, yeah, this is actually, I got a voice, you know? And it sucks because it's like, what? Duh. I mean, that's obvious. You're Brittany Janae. You know, like, you can sing, girl, but I hadn't been singing. I hadn't been doing anything creative. I had been trying to read, but like my mind would never stay focused, and that's how I just knew it wasn't it. And so, you know, now that I'm not working at my job anymore, I've had the time to recover. You know, my room was dirty, y'all. I keep my room clean. Let me not cap. I recently started like keeping my room clean on a consistent basis, and y'all, my room has been dirty for like weeks because I I don't have the energy, I don't have the motivation, I don't have the time, even though I have plenty of time. But I'm on social media, I'm not focusing on what's important to me, I'm not focusing on my life and what I want for it. Like, I have to really stay consistent. Consistency is key in anything. And so I feel like now I have that now. And I wanted to come back and share that experience with y'all, because I feel like a lot of people, especially nowadays, are going through that. You know, we're all going through hard times, whether it be, you know, because of the pandemic, whether it be because of family issues, whether it be because of relationship issues, friendship issues. I mean, somebody's going through it somewhere, you know. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, you know. It could be something that you can't even see. You know, people can be fighting depression, anxiety. I mean, I have anxiety. I'm pretty sure everybody has a form of anxiety, but it doesn't affect everybody the same. But I will say, it is hard out here. It really is. And it's okay. Because it gets better as long as you bring yourself back. You got to bring yourself back. Because when you spiral, you know, a spiral is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger until you're just out. But you gotta come back. You know what I'm saying? And I'm back now. I feel like I'm back home. You know, I feel like I was out of town for like months. And I was like, you know what, y'all? I'm gonna go back home. And I'm back home. So that means it's gonna be a lot more content on my page, especially regarding mental health. Because y'all know I'm an advocate for mental health. So we're going to be talking more about mental health. I'm going to start talking about money because now I've gotten into investing. It's kind of fun. It's kind of scary, but it's kind of fun. Also going to be talking about, you know, wellness as a whole. We're going to be talking about different topics, different things going on in the community. I want to really get active out here. In this social media world, I want to get active. Like, let's talk. What's the tea? Speaking of that, I love tea. Y'all know I love tea. Okay. So Tuesdays is What's the Tea Tuesdays? And today's Tuesday, so let's talk about the tea. So today's tea is going to be regarding something that I'm sure all of y'all have seen, because I just found out about it yesterday. But you know, I scrolled back on the shade room to figure out what's going on. But I'm not going to get into detail because y'all can do your own research. We're just going to talk about the overarching theme of the Dani, Leigh, and the baby situation, which is having respect for yourself. Now, in no way am I talking anything bad about the situation or Dani, Leigh, because I'm actually heartbroken for her. Because I was watching, you know, a few videos on the shade room, and I was like, I was crying with her. When she was on live, she was crying. I was like, oh my God, because loving somebody and them doing you so dirty is so hard to get over. Because it's like, why would you do that to me? How could you do that to me? What did I do to deserve that? All I did was love you, give you time and affection and appreciation and respect, and I adored you, and you did me wrong with no explanation, no communication, no justification, nothing. You just, I'm out. That's so hard to get over, y'all. Trust me, I know firsthand. But let's start, before we even get to that point, we have to start at the beginning, right? Notice the red flags. I just recently had a conversation with a guy, and he was a walking red flag. Let's just start there. And I'm grateful that I found that out within the first 2 days of us talking. And I would not, like, I feel like last year, if that was me talking to the same guy, I would have been like, oh, he's just, you know, he's just hard to get, whatever. No. I don't want anybody hard to get. Sorry. Because I'm not hard to get, sweetie. I mean, I'm hard to get. But, like, if you just do the right things, then you're going to basically just, you know, it's going to work. you know, overall, like basic human decency. Oh yeah, that really gets me hot, you know, like it's just when you don't have certain things, you just don't. And I feel like I've learned so much about myself that I can pick out what don't sit right with me. And that guy, he was something that didn't sit right with me. And with that, we have to learn as women and men, because men do it too. They ignore red flags, you know. I mean, I feel like women probably do it more, but men, I'm sure, do it too. I mean, I know for a fact men do it too. But don't ignore the red flags, y'all. In the beginning, like in the talking stages, if you hear something or see something or you read a text and it's like, first get clarification, because text messages can be a little tricky to really understand for some people. You know, I feel like on average, we all kind of text the same. We have the same kind of cadence in texting, but everybody's different. So you always want to make sure you get clarity first. But if you get the clarity and then the clarity is exactly what you thought it was, that was like a question mark, dip on niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't stick around. Don't waste your time doing something that you don't want to do. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, time is too valuable to waste on things that are questionable. Don't waste time on things that are questionable. What you need to do is, as soon as you see that questionable thing, dip, go on about your business, live your life, and something else, something better, something new will come to you. It's just that simple. I mean, the good thing is that you know what you want. You need to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, then anything's going to fly. Or nothing's going to fly. And then that's just equally as, you know, inconvenient for you. Because it's like either everything's going to fly, you're going to like end up being hurt, or nothing's going to fly, you're going to end up being lonely. And that's just sad. So let's figure out what we want, whether that be in a friendship, in a partner, in family. I mean, anything, business, relationships, everything that you have to communicate, or you have to, anything that involves other people, you got to know what you want, because people are so different. People are crazy, people are wild, people are cool, people are funny. It's just like, what do you want, you know? And figure that out, and then you have a template, you know, to go off of when you meet other people, and you're like, oh, they're not respectful enough. Okay, move on, you know? I mean, granted, don't take that and just run with it. Like, if it's something that is workable, you have to have levels. You know, there's levels to that template, right? So you have things that are deal breakers completely. Disrespect, deal breaker. Cursing, deal breaker. Anger issues, deal breaker. We don't do things like that. Abusiveness, we don't do things like that. Then there are things that, you know, are pet peeves, like chewing with your mouth open, or talking while you're eating, or snoring. Little things like that. Things can be worked around, you know what I mean? Unless it's just like a thing where you're just traumatized by something that happened in your past. I mean, and you don't have to explain nothing to nobody. That's the good thing either. Also, you don't have to explain anything to anyone. But let's still remember that we all are human, and we all are going to have things about us that are not always going to be pleasant. But that doesn't mean they should be deal breakers. You know, let's just keep that in mind. But know what you want. Have respect for yourself in that way, to where you don't have to worry about wasting your time on something that you don't like. Or you don't have to worry about possibly one day getting your heart broken because you didn't ignore any red flags. You know? So that's the T. Self-respect. So, you know, I'm just going to close it off with, you know, having respect for yourself is always going to be, I mean, you're always going to win if you have respect for yourself. And that's just how I feel. So, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I will see y'all tomorrow on Wellness Wednesday. We're going to be doing some meditation, maybe some yoga. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want to do as far as wellness. I mean, we're going to have a conversation, but we still got to do something, you know. It's Wellness Wednesday. So I will keep y'all posted, but yeah. I hope y'all have a great rest of your Tuesday, and let's all just work on having respect for ourselves, knowing what we want, setting boundaries, having that template, so that when we go out into the world and we meet all these different people, we don't have to be confused, and we don't have to feel like we're settling. We don't have to feel like we're just going with the flow a little too much, you know. It's always good to go with the flow, but it's always good to flow in a direction. So let's just have that direction. But yeah, that's all I had to say today. I will see y'all on the next one.